everybody, and welcome. I am so glad that you have taken just a few moments of your day to tune in and watch me. Today, we are going to be talking about mindset. Yes, it's all in your mind. So, we are just going to have a candid conversation about mindset. I don't have any notes, I don't have anything. I just want to talk to you about mindset. And the reason why we need to talk about mindset is because it affects every single thing that you do. It affects your relationships, affects your quality of life, it affects your success. And so we definitely need to talk about it. So, for those of you who don't know my story, I'm not going to tell it all to you right now because we don't have time. Well, we do have time, but I'm not going to make time. I went through a lot of different things. I had several family members telling me what I couldn't do, what I was going to be, and all of it was bathed in negativity. I remember being about 6 years old, and I remember hearing them say, "Oh, yeah, she's gonna be boy crazy. She's gonna have a bunch of kids, and all these things." And, one of the things that I couldn't understand at such a young age, when I look back, how could somebody say something about that to a young child? And so it was that, growing up, that's all I would hear is the kind of person I was going to be, and everything that pointed at me being bad, and I was going to be bad, and this just wild child, and all these things. And so one of the things that I didn't allow it to do was affect me in a negative way. Did I have issues behind some of the things that happened? Absolutely. But more importantly, I used it to fuel me. And so I took all the bad things that was said to me and the thoughts that they had of me. And I said, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to show them. I'm going to allow all of that negativity to influence me to do well. And so I became a little bit of an overachiever, because I said I have to go to college, I have to graduate, I have to be great, so that I can shut them up, so that they can see that they were wrong, so they can feel bad about the things that they said about me. And I did. I went to school and I graduated a couple different times. And I remember sending invites out to, my family members, and thanking them for their love and their support. And a lot of them got the invitation. I mean, the graduation announcements. They really didn't support me, and I don't know if they loved me or not. But I just wanted them to see that the things that you said did not break me, but they made me better. Now, do I forgive? Absolutely, because, they were acting out of ignorance. They don't know, you know what I mean? And some people just aren't taught properly. And so, but I'm thankful, for that experience, because I'm able to relate to other people who have gone through that. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all to be told that you can't do something or you can't be something. And so I love that challenge when somebody say, "Oh no, you can't do that." Watch me. Yes, I can. And so it's all a part of the mind and what we do with it. We can allow those negative things to affect our lives and take away from who we are, or we can allow it to build us up, to make us stronger, to make us better. I want you to know that that is something that I've always dealt with, issues involving the mind. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I want you to know that you are not alone. We have things in our lives that occur. We have heaviness that we carry, and it all affects our mindset, the way we perceive things, the things that we think that we deserve, and it all starts in our minds. So, at what point will all of that change? All of that will change when you recognize that it is a problem. You are thinking, because your thinking helps you develop patterns, and those patterns are involved and entangled in everything that you do, as we have already said before. But there are so many things that we talk ourselves out of or talk ourselves into because of our mindset. Just think of the opportunities that you haven't taken because you felt that you weren't qualified. You felt that no one's going to pay attention to you. You felt like you didn't deserve such an opportunity. You felt like, who's going to support you. So those are all issues involving mindset. And so we need to talk about that because we need to change that, because there are some things that you need to believe of yourself. But the only way that you're going to do that is if you rewire the way you think about yourself. So we have self destructive beliefs, and those self destructive beliefs come from different events. It comes from childhood trauma. It comes from maybe you had an abusive, mentally abusive relationship, and your significant other said a lot of things to you. It comes from feedback from teachers, different places, different experiences. And so when you grow up and when you're exposed to so many of the same kind of comments, you begin to believe them. So if someone is telling you, oh no, you can't do this, you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, and they may not even say it directly, but they'll say, oh, well, you might want to try something else. Okay. And so in your mind, you're going to automatically take that and say, oh, I might want to try something else. Then that means that I'm what? I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this opportunity. And after it's said a couple of times, you begin to believe it, and you begin to take on that image, and you act out of that image, so that if an opportunity does arise, if you don't feel like you're qualified, or if you resort back to thinking what someone said, oh no, I probably shouldn't do that because they said this and maybe they're right. And this person said it too, so maybe they're right. And so we talk ourselves out of opportunities every day. We talk ourselves out of feeling good about ourselves, feeling good about the things that we deserve. Think about the relationships that you have been in. If you are not in a good relationship, think about that. Think about you are settling because you don't think that you deserve more. Why don't you think that you deserve more? Maybe because your significant other told you you were no good, you didn't know how to do anything right, and that you were just going to spend the rest of your life alone. And so when those things are done and said, then we believe them. And so we settle in our relationships for less than because we don't think that we deserve more. And that's all a part of our thinking. And so I want you, first and foremost, to begin to identify those destructive thought patterns. I am telling you that you are more than enough. I am telling you that you are significant, that you are somebody, but people need to see that somebody. And so you need to begin to get that confidence where you can go out and seek those opportunities, where you can not allow whatever to take place in those relationships, whether it be family, friends, or whether it be of an intimate nature. You do not have to settle for less, because guess what? God has so much more. But if you don't understand that, if you don't embrace that, then it won't be produced in your life. And so, one of the ways that we begin to rewire the way we think is to do the opposite. Okay, so say that all your life, you can't take big risk. Your family has encouraged you to kind of stay in a safe spot, not to take any big risk in life. But maybe there's a business you want to step out and start, or maybe there's something else that's big that you want to do. Okay. Gather your information, pump yourself up, because you can do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, all you have to do is set your mind to it. Now, understand that you may not have the support that you need. Okay. This may be a very lonely journey. You may get very frustrated. But if you want it, go and get it, and don't let anybody stop you. Every single day, you have to get up and tell yourself that you were born to win, that as soon as you get out of your own way, you will experience that success. You have to put those things in you. One of the things that I do is I use note cards. So I have note cards pasted all over my walls, and they say different things, positive things, and I'm constantly looking at them, constantly reading them. Why? Because I want to get that deep down in me. I am called to greatness. That is one of my note cards. You are called to greatness. Okay. And when you are called to greatness, what does that mean? That means that you are called to a higher standard of living, of being, of opportunity. So to settle for these things down here, no, it stops today. It stops now. I put a post up the other day on Facebook. Um, And it said, um, what did it say? Something about overcoming yourself and you win. The moment you overcome yourself, you win. And that is so true. Once you get out of your own way, once you overcome your insecurities, your thought inadequacies, and everything else, then you're able to think clearly and you're able to go after the successful life that you have dreamt of. Okay. And so, one of the things I already told you was the note card. A second thing is surrounding your life with people who are going to help you, who's going to encourage you, who's going to draw out your best. Maybe you don't have anybody like that in your life. I don't know. If you don't, I'm going to pray for the Lord to give you somebody. Okay? Because you have to have the right kind of people surrounding you. You cannot have the same negative people who's destroyed your image up until this point around you, because all they're going to do when they get wind of what you're trying to do, they're going to tear it down. Why do people do that? A lot of the reason why people do that is because they're insecure in themselves. And so if they keep the focus on you, then you're not looking at them. They don't have that confidence. They don't have that courage. And so they want to project their fears onto you, but you can't let them do that. And so that's why you have to change your association. You have to watch what you tell people, because everybody does not mean you good. Everybody is not cheering you on. There are some people who won't say it, but they're looking for you to fail so they can say, I told you so. Okay. It's so funny. I had an uncle, and early 20s, the Lord had gave me this big old vision. I was going to do all these great things. And I was telling my uncle about it. And he looked at me. He said, you sure do have a lot of faith. He said, well, when it doesn't work out and you fall on your face and you come crawling up my driveway, maybe I will help you. Yes, I had an uncle say that to me. And guess what? I did succeed far more than what he ever expected, and I never had to ask him or too many other people for help. And so, when you have those kind of people in your life, you have to eliminate them. Now, if it's family, it's kind of hard to eliminate family, but you definitely can create a safe distance apart from that person that is being negative, because that is the last thing that you need. So we have the note cards, we have the surrounding ourselves with other people. Third, I need you to start believing in yourself. I need you to believe that you deserve all things good. I need you to constantly fill your mind with positive things. They have very nice positive videos, nice sermons. Definitely grab a couple of good scriptures, a couple of good quotes, and keep them in your heart, in your mind, listening and being around positive things only, because you can do it. Now, some things are going to take a little longer than others. You may have to learn about something before you can pursue it, but it's okay, because the world is yours and everything is available for the taking. There's money to be made, there's opportunity that haven't yet been tapped into, and it's waiting for you. And one of the things that I want you to understand about yourself is that God has a plan for you. And it doesn't look like anybody else's. And it's something that only you can do, because He's equipped you with special talents, gifts, abilities, a certain type of a personality, and only you can do this. And so I just encourage you today to begin to embrace the life that He has for you, because there's so much more and you're settling for less. And I don't want you to do it no longer, or any longer, excuse me. But again, it all starts in the mind. Do not allow your mind to talk you out of opportunities in the life that is meant for you. That is the enemy. Because guess what? The enemy is scared of you. He knows how powerful you are. He knows the things that you can do once you get a hold of it and once you learn it and learn it well. And so that scares him. Excuse me. And so if you allow him to do that, he's going to wipe everything out of you. But you have to be stronger, and you have to look at yourself, and you have to look in the mirror, and you tell yourself that there is more and that you can do it. All you have to do is put your mind to it. And so when we are talking about these things, guys, this is important, because how many of us walk around defeated? How many of us don't get out of bed when we're supposed to because we're depressed, we're down, we're thinking about our life, we're thinking about all of our failures and all of our inadequacies, excuse me, and we're just self-inflicting wounds on inflicting self wounds. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I cannot get it right. Inflicting wounds upon ourselves. And so you have to stop. We have to have a positive mindset, a mindset that is full of joy, that is full of happiness, that is not going to be controlled by anything negative. Okay? You have to get this. It is important to you. It's all in your mind. I promise it is. I promise that you are a winner. I promise that you could do it. I promise that you're called to greatness. I promise that you are somebody. And somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to benefit off of something that you've gone through. And so the moment that you get out of your own way, that is the moment when those doors of opportunity will come flying open. And so I just want to encourage you today just to get your mindset together, get some good stuff in there, and know that you were born to win, and that do not let anything or anybody distract you from that. Well, I want to keep it short today. I just wanted to put those golden nuggets in your mind for the week. Please leave comments below. I look forward to connecting and hearing from you. If you guys need me, I am available. During the week, I am on Facebook. I do prayer on Fridays. I do some stuff during the week. So if you find me on Facebook, Arison CM, you can see some of my other content and videos. Thank you so much. And I believe in you. And I know that you can do it. Be blessed.